Hello, I'm Ollie and this is Criminally, where I talk about crime, pulp, horror, that kind of thing. Today, mysteries and weird fiction. It's my weekly wrap-up. So yes, as advertised in my weekly wrap-up last week, this week I've been focusing on reading mysteries for March Mystery Madness and also weird fiction for the week of weird. And I've had a really enjoyable reading week as a result. So I've got 4 books that I finished to talk about, but before I get to those, you may have seen the video I put up yesterday. So I've now launched channel memberships on YouTube for the channel. So those are a way for people who want to support me to do so. So kind of a subscription service like Patreon, where you can subscribe to the channel and get additional content. So it won't make any difference to the existing content on the channel, but if you want to, you can pay a small fee every month and get additional content. So yeah, look out for that. There'll be a link in the description to this video for a link that will take you to the join page. So as usual then, I will talk today about the books I've been reading this week and also some channel stuff, so what's been on the channel and what's coming up on the channel. So let's start with the books then. So yes, March Mystery Madness this month, of which I am proud to be one of the co-hosts. I had been neglecting it a little bit, so I've got 3 mysteries under my belt this week and I've really enjoyed all of them. So the first of those was a cozy cat mystery. So one of the prompts for March Mystery Madness is 9 lives, so read a book with a cat on the cover. I didn't have any on my shelves already, so I put out a plea for people to suggest me cozy cat books that I could read, and loads of people suggested things, so thanks to everyone who suggested. What I ended up going with was a book called Fear Familiar by an author called Caroline Burns, or Caroline Haines. I think she published under both names. So this was a Harlequin romance. The cover I got on my Kindle edition is okay. Some of the older covers for it are just fantastic. So I think it originally came out in the 90s or maybe even the 80s. And it was it was very weird. It would have kind of worked for the Week of Weird as well, to be honest with you, in that one of the central characters is a cat. You get sections of the book written from the perspective of the cat, and the cat's voice is kind of like a hard-boiled detective. The cat has been being experimented on by some people who are in some way involved with the CIA, and is kind of super intelligent as a result, perhaps. It was all very strange. Basically, the cat gets discovered by this woman who takes him, and the cat helps her evade someone who's attacking her, and she doesn't know why this guy's attacking her. She then takes the cat to a hunky vet. There's a romance between the woman and the vet, and also a load of kind of intrigue comes out about these experimentations people have been doing, like stuff about her ex-husband. There was all sorts going on in this book, an assassination plot involving a monkey. I mean, it just had everything. It was very, very enjoyable, and delightfully, it's the first in a series of like 18 books, so I can definitely see myself reading more of these books in the future. It was just very, very enjoyable. So thank you to the person who recommended that, whose name I've now forgotten. It was something the Tabby Cat. So thank you very much for that. I then read some Agatha Christie, so I really wanted to read some Christie for March Mystery Madness, and read The Mystery of the Blue Train, which is one of the Hercule Poirot, I stumbled over the name a bit there, one of the Poirot mysteries. Not the best Poirot mystery, and clearly there are some absolutely amazing Poirot mysteries. Not the best, but solidly enjoyable. So about a murder that takes place on a blue train. So this train kind of travels around Europe. Poirot gets involved in the investigation. It was just fun. So loads of interesting like side characters, including this young woman who's inherited a load of money kind of unexpectedly, and there's a lot of reflection on like the changes that makes to her life. She was a really interesting character. Really enjoyed reading her, and the mystery overall was really entertaining as well. So yes, enjoyed that a lot. And then read this one. So this is Bootlegger's Daughter by Margaret Maron, which I read with one of my patrons, Heidi. So this was really entertaining. So a 90s American mystery set in North Carolina about a woman who is an attorney who's in a like an election bid to become a judge. So there's like a local election going on where she wants to become one of the town judges, but she's investigating a cold case, so the murder of a woman that happened in the town like 20 years or so previously. It's a really enjoyable mystery, and Heidi and I, when we were chatting about this book, were reflecting on the fact that mysteries often have a really good sense of place. Lots of mystery series are set around a particular town or a particular area, and this is a book that does that, really, really well. So you really get a sense of what this small town is like, the different competing personalities, the politics of the town, and things like that. Lots of stuff about race in this book, so about kind of systemic racism within the town and within the kind of structures of the town, if you like, the police force and the judiciary and things like that. So that side of it was very, very interesting, but also just kind of a kind of cozy small town stuff as well. So a solid mystery, some really good characters. I enjoyed it a lot. After that, then, the book I read for Week of Weird. So this was A Botanical Daughter by Noah Medlock, which actually came out this week. So it came out on the 19th in the UK at least. I was sent this advance copy by Titan Books. This was really entertaining. I like this book a lot. It's very weird though. It was definitely appropriate for Week of Weird. So set in the Victorian era, about two guys who are lovers, who live in a giant greenhouse, basically like I can't think what the word is now, but like a big horticultural kind of place. One of them is a horticulturalist, one of them is a taxidermist, and they together bring back from the dead, well, not even bring back from the dead, they use the parts of a dead girl and some weird like mushrooms and things like that to create a new living being who becomes their botanical daughter. So it's kind of a retelling of the Frankenstein myth to an extent, but really engaging. Not like massively gripping. There's not a lot of like dramatic incident in this book until the end, at least. It gets more dramatic towards the end. So it's not like a whole lot of stuff going on. It is literally just about this group of people. There's a couple of kind of side characters who get involved as well, including a young woman who's their maid. So just about what happens, it takes that central concept of them, creating life and spins a story out of that. And it was just really entertaining, quite moving at times, quite, reflectful at times on kind of the norms of heterosexual society and how these characters were, kind of outside of that. So that was interesting. So yeah, just a fun, sweet at times, a bit gross at times read. Definitely very, very weird. I enjoyed it a lot. So that's what I have finished this week. I'm currently reading, or just started listening to, the audiobook of The Dark Tower by Stephen King, the final of the Dark Tower book. So really enjoying that so far. Only a couple of chapters in, but it's been really gripping and enjoyable. I'm going to keep listening to that on audio and read a couple of paper books in parallel. So I'm still reading this Mammoth, the Kindly One. So I kind of paused that this week in order to read some mysteries. I'm going to go back and start reading, like 100 pages or so of this a day in order to get it finished during the month. But also want to read some more mysteries. So I've got Three Blind Mice by Ed McBain, which is another one of my picks for March Mystery Madness. So the 9th book in a series, 9th book in the Matthew Hope series. And then I've also got this, which I really want to read this month, The Murder Wheel by Tom Mead, which would work for a couple of the prompts I've already covered for March Mystery Madness. So evening dress on the cover, or formal dress on the cover, and also British mystery. So I really enjoyed the first book in this series by Tom Mead. I thought it was excellent. Did a review of that on the channel a while ago. So really looking forward to seeing what this one's all about. The third book in the series comes out in a couple of months, I think. So looking forward to that as well. So yeah, that's what I've been reading and what I'm going to read. In terms of channel stuff then, so in the last week you've had that announcement video I talked about, where I talk about the fact I'm launching channel memberships for the channel, and also talk about what's coming on the channel in the coming months. I did a review of Nobody's Angel by Jack Clarke, a really enjoyable crime novel. I did a recreation of my first book haul that I'd done on the channel, which was really fun to do. I did a video about like how to beat reading slumps, and I did the 10 best novels I've read according to Goodreads. In the week ahead then, you've got the 10 worst books I've read according to Goodreads. I'm probably going to do a video about like what is a thriller, what designates a book to be a thriller. I've got some thoughts about that to share, and I'm hopefully going to finally do my review of this, my Books Palmer, which I'm still really enjoying for reading on. It's a great, light, small device for reading on. I'm finding it absolutely fantastic for my commute up to London. So yeah, look out for my review on that as well. So yes, that's this week's weekly wrap-up done. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of the books I talked about. Let me know what you've been reading. And as always, thanks very much for watching. Hope you're safe and well out there. Hope you're reading good stuff. And I'll speak to you again very soon. Cheerio.